Oh man, welcome back. Welcome back to the now known as TheFlamingZebra2 channel. Today we have a little overview to take a look at to do, So go ahead and get yourself strapped in, locked in, set that beautiful like button ablaze for me, and subscribe and join the Zebra. Hi, gang. Because Digimon Ghost Game has now reached its episode 5, and we're going to take a look at the entirety so far and just come up to a conclusion on whether or not it's worthwhile continuing. If you would like to see each individual episode reacted to, go check out on my main channel, The Flaming Zebra. Link is in the description. And yeah, but all of the episodes so far have been relatively, not gonna lie, interesting enough, and kind of hitches on the same kind of vibe that I'm remembering from when I used to watch Digimon as a kid from the original. The only difference is it seems a little bit more catering towards a slightly darker side. Because there are kids being kidnapped and snatched up every single episode, being threatened with death. And like, I get it, in the original Digimon, they technically were being threatened with death, but like, it was a little bit more fantastic, I guess, like fantasy kind of based danger. And then I guess as a kid, it was just like, well, a lot of these things couldn't really happen, but in some of these episodes of Ghost Game, if you take the Digimon that are putting the kids into danger and just replace them with human, these things are possible. Snatching up kids and putting them in wrapping them up and leaving them in rooms by themselves to rot to death because you have this weird thought that you want to go back to mummification times. Those things can happen. But like in the original, and I could be just poorly remembering it, but in the original, the dangers that they were in were very, you can't do without it being like a fantasy monster shooting fireballs at you, or plasma beams and giant dinosaur claws and slug tails and shit. But it just, those are the vibes that I'm getting. It's like it's a little darker, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, if I do say so. Especially one of the parts that happens in I believe episode 4, the Halloween episode that they Pumpkinmon. He kidnaps kids, of course, because all the previous episodes were all about kidnapping kids. He kidnaps kids, puts pumpkins over their heads, and basically, like, in a sense, kind of threatens to, like, stab their faces in if they don't become his friend. Because he literally takes a fucking a shank and just carves out the fucking pumpkin. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. And if that were to be made into a concept for a horror movie, you might have a new big thing on your hands. A horror movie foundation community era. I hate horror movies, but this was good. That one was good. Even though it felt like a kind of a fillery episode. And I'm also kind of glad that they finally, by episode 5, they have the what I'm assuming is going to be our entire cast. We have Ruli, we have Hiro, and we have Kyoshiro. Hiro is our main character with Gamamon. So far, he hasn't exactly shown a whole lot of exciting personality traits to me. He just kind of seems like, hey, I am very righteous and very brave for some reason. Even though in the very first episode, he was kind of scared of Gamamon. And not scared, I would say, but like a little unsure, I guess you could say. But now he's like, just a few episodes later. Matter of fact, the very next episode, he was A-okay with the whole concept of Digimon and immediately threw himself into a fight with Mummymon. Where did that courage come from? I'll never know. But maybe it's just the main character Digimon thing where the main character always has the crest of courage and everything. Has to be the leader and everything. Understandable, I guess. Ruli, if I had to explain what her character is, I would not be able to. Again, even though that I have been enjoying the show, I can point out flaws in it. But Ruli definitely seems like the most lacking in personality. Like, at least Hero's whole thing is he is literally his name, a hero. So he tries to, be as brave as possible all the time. Ruli doesn't exactly have something like that. At all, actually. She just seems like the very smart, talented girl. And that's kind of it so far. But, again, only 5 episodes in. And we only just now have our full cast. Which then introduces one of the characters that I feel has some of the most personality. Our Zenitsu of the group. Kyoshiro. Very, very terrified, scared of everything. Very superstitious. Very skitty, scatty. But wants to be looked at as being, big boy on campus because he's like the campus leader or dorm leader or whatever. And it's so adorable seeing him shift between the two different types of personalities. Gives me very big Zenitsu vibes, and I am adoring him the most. And he's only actually had his first spotlight episode recently. Like, we literally just recently got his episode. Whereas the only thing that I've seen of him prior was in, I believe, the first episode, where we find out he's the dorm leader. But anyways, yeah. So far, that's how I feel about the 3 main characters so far. And so far, it seems like Gamamon's the only one that's really, truly getting a big spotlight. He's the only one who's actually been fighting every episode, as well as digivolving every other episode since his first digivolution. Actually, yeah, ever since his first digivolution, he's digivolved every other episode. And the show is very much going off of the Monster of the Week formula, which I feel can possibly be interesting. Hopefully it's capable of maintaining my interest with cooler looking Digimon. Maybe introduce different, something else extra. But we shall see. But again, I'm enjoying it so far. I just am not a fan or attached in any kind of way to Ruli yet. And so far, Gamamon's the only Digimon that really got a super spotlight. And Angoramon, as much as I love him as a cuddly little bear, I don't know how attached I'm gonna end up being to him, because boy oh boy, just like Ruli, I besides Big Cuddly Bear, I would not be able to describe him to you. But Jellymon, so much personality. Kyoshiro and Jellymon are probably gonna be my favorite duo in this series at the moment. For the foreseen future, that's gonna be my guess at least. But that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment room where you guys are in Supremo. Again, check out the separate 5 episode reactions over on the Flaming Zebra channel. Links are in the description. And make sure to check out thezebracorner.com, because we're possibly, maybe, gonna have written reviews as well if you want to read. It's up to you. But that's all that I got for you. Daddy Zebra the best on YouTube. Signing the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day. And a nice juicy chickadee, goddamn. Ciao, my friends. God damn it.